Very good afternoon on this Friday afternoon to all the viewers and listeners joining in. These are the cabinet decisions issued at the 12th cabinet decision-making meeting held on the 8th of July 2025 and is chaired by Her Excellency the President, Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah. The first cabinet decision is the revised National Policy on Disability 2025 and the Costed Implementation Action Plan. Cabinet approved the recommendations for the amendment to the National Policy on Disability of 1997 and for such amendment to be made by the Prime Minister on behalf of the Vice President of the Republic of Namibia by notice in the Gazette as per the National Disability Council Act 26 of 2004. Cabinet also approved the revised National Policy on Disability 2025 as amended, and the purpose of this revised policy is to align with the outdated policy with contemporary policy and legal frameworks, and to highlight the need for government to adapt policies that change the lives of persons with disabilities. Cabinet approved the Costed Implementation Action Plan of the National Policy on Disability to the policy and co-opted the Office of the Prime Minister and the Public Service Commission as stakeholders in the Implementation Action Plan. The second cabinet decision is a report on the introductory visits of Her Excellency Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, President of the Republic of Namibia, to the Republic of Angola, Botswana, Mozambique, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and the Democratic Republic of Tanzania. Cabinet directed the following offices, ministries, and agencies to take action in their areas of responsibilities with their counterparts in the respective countries as reflected below. First is the Ministry of International Relations and Trade, the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Land Reform, the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Industries, Mines and Energy, the Ministry of Works and Transport, the Ministry of Education, Innovation, Youth, Sports, Arts and Culture, the Office of the Attorney General, and the Namibia Investment Promotion and Development Board. The third cabinet decision is a report on Namibia's participation at the 4th Africa Health Exhibition and Conference held from the 24th to the 27th of June 2025 in Cairo, Egypt. Cabinet took note of Namibia's participation at this very important health exhibition and conference. Cabinet also further took note of the recommendations and proposed action plan and its implementation by the Ministry of Health and Social Services as appropriate in collaboration with relevant stakeholders. Cabinet also supported the same ministry to mobilize resources to implement the proposed initiatives and proposed strengthening of the Namibia Medicines Regulatory Council, NMRC, staff complement to improve its operational efficiency. The fourth cabinet decision is a memorandum of understanding between the Republic of Namibia and the Republic of India on cooperation in the field of health and medicine. Cabinet took note of the status of the provisions of this draft memorandum of understanding between Namibia and India, and further granted approval for the Minister of Health and Social Services to sign the said MOU with their Indian counterpart during the state visit of the Prime Minister of the Republic of India, which took place in Windhoek on the 9th of July 2025. The fifth cabinet decision is the holding of the Southern African Development Community, in short SADC, Public Services Commission Forum in Windhoek, Namibia from 14 to 16 July 2025. Cabinet took note of the SADC Public Service Commissions Forum as a platform for public service commissions within SADC region to collaborate, share best practices, and strengthen public service across the region. The forum aims to foster a unified voice for the public service commissions, enabling them to exert greater influence in continental and international fora. The next cabinet decision is the approval for Namibia's membership to the Global Biofuels Alliance. Cabinet took note of India's invitation to Namibia to become a member of the Global Biofuels Alliance. The Global Biofuels Alliance is a multi-stakeholder initiative launched by India as part of its G20 presidency to accelerate the global adoption of biofuels. It aims to encourage technology advancements, intensify the use of sustainable biofuels, develop international standards, and act as a knowledge hub for biofuels. And Cabinet further granted approval for Namibia to become a member of this alliance as certified by the Office of the Attorney General. The next cabinet decision is the Memorandum of Understanding between the Republic of Namibia and the Republic of India on the establishment of Namibia-India Entrepreneurship Development Center. Cabinet granted approval for this very Memorandum of Understanding to be established of the Namibia-India Entrepreneurship Development Center to be signed between the two states. The next cabinet decision is an MOU between the Republic of Namibia and that of India in cooperation in priority areas of agriculture. Cabinet took note and further endorsed for the Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Land Reform to sign the above-mentioned MOU with their Indian counterpart in due course. And the final cabinet decision, Grace, is that of an MOU between, again, of course, the Republic of Namibia and that of India on cultural cooperation. Cabinet took note of this MOU and further endorsed for the Minister of Education, Innovation, Youth, Sport, Art and Culture to sign the above-mentioned MOU with their Indian counterpart during an appropriate time. Grace, this brings us to the end of the Cabinet briefing of the Cabinet decisions issued at the 11th Cabinet decision-making meeting held here in Windhoek on the 11th of July 2025.